Thanks all for hanging in there. I will be very brief. I don't want to take up your time. I know you want to have one more lunch to network with colleagues. I really just want to start with a quick thank you to everybody. Importantly, our sponsors, NSF Chemical and Biological Oceanography, NASA Ocean Biology and Biogeochemistry, and the NOAA Global Ocean and Monitoring and Observations programs all supported this meeting. The SSC and the session chairs and plenary speakers who just made the meeting so compelling and so stimulating in every way. The talks were just off the chart amazing this year, and the session chairs put a lot of work into a lot of meetings into planning them. So thank you so much. Pink Door Catering always comes through with amazing food and such friendly, accommodating staff. My team, I couldn't do it without them. May, Mary, Maeve, Matt and Val, who are up there, who are the wizards behind the curtain up there. All of it just, it's awesome. So many people at Hui, I could not possibly name them all, really helped this meeting come together for us, from putting signs up and printing signs and, you know, bringing the nice fruity water and all those things. And Janet Fields from Academic Programs, who organizes that reception for students and postdocs and program managers every year. She does that. We don't lead that. We just tell you about it. And she and Mary work together and she makes it happen. So I think that's a really valuable opportunity for our students and postdocs. Most importantly, I want to thank you, because if you didn't come and you didn't engage in brilliant discussions, we would not have a meeting. So we really appreciate that. How do I advance? Oh, like that. In case you're wondering who you are, then here's a breakdown of who came to our workshop this year, just to give you a sense of, and we're working hard to maintain a nice balance from different parts, different career stages and different sectors. So I feel like we're doing a pretty good job. It looks like this nearly every year. So also want to tell you about an upcoming OCB scoping workshop. There's also, you've probably seen, if you're in the loop on OCB, you've probably seen advertisements for the webinar series associated with the leaky deltas, sources or sinks in the global carbon cycle. We've had, I think, 3 webinars so far. We'll be picking them back up, I think, in the fall. But the workshop itself is in March 2025 in Baton Rouge. And if you're interested in staying informed about the workshop, you can go to the website, click on the QR code. I recognize that this meeting has been death by QR code, and I apologize for that, but it's one of the tools that helps us stay paperless, and a lot of people don't bring their laptops. A lot of people are operating with their phones and navigating meetings, so that's why we do it. Oh, and Shoy Lee and Kanchan Maiti, who are both SSC members, are leads on the Leaky Deltas workshop. And Julia Moriarty, and who else is here in the audience that is a lead on that? Maybe you could all just stand up. Points of contact for the Leaky Deltas. There's your dream team up there, at least a few members of it. So please talk to them if you have questions. Just want to leave you with this. There's so many ways. If you liked what you saw and this was your first time at OCB, you can delve into our website, and especially the review we just went. There's a real history there. There's a timeline. There's an interactive story map that'll really give you a good sense of the history of OCB. Things that have happened as a result of conversations in this community have happened. It's a very, very scary, complicated thing, like what Glenn showed, with the arrows going all over the place. It's often circuitous. Some things take more time than others, but delve into that a little bit if you want to learn more and be engaged in this community. Learn a little bit about us. Join the newsletter. All of the recordings from all of our webinars and our workshops go on our YouTube channel, and that includes this workshop. This workshop will appear there as well. So follow those things, and then hopefully once you've delved in and learned about OCB, you'll want to step up and engage more actively. And you can always talk to me if you have questions about that. I am old and I have been here for a very long time. Budgets are not going up for ocean science right now. And unfortunately, the costs of running these meetings is rising a lot. And so we want to get some feedback from you as a community, and you'll find the question in the workshop survey, but I also want to poll you who are here, if you're comfortable. We want to get a sense of the meeting frequency. This in particular is a very expensive meeting to put on. There's a Cape Cod tax, obviously. Do we want to keep this annual? Do we want to move to an every other year model, or omit it altogether and just invest in more of the more topical activities? I would love to just get a quick sense right now, and I'm going to ask you to just stand up for each of the options, and May's going to just do a quick, like, loose count. And it's a cost issue. We can't afford to do it every year and still pay the staff and maintain business as usual in OCB's suite of activities. You got to see the next question. So if you really like to gather, like we're doing this the temporal frequency first, and then we'll do spatial next. So those of you who want to keep this annual, stand up, please. All right. Those of you who would be cool with us doing this every other year, stand up. No overcomplicating. I'm tired now. This is the end of the workshop. And finally, are there any folks who think we should just invest more in our topical activities and omit this interdisciplinary workshop? Okay, I didn't expect any takers on that one, and I know we all understand the value of this. Meeting location. All of you who think we need to keep it at Hui, stand up. Those who would be in favor of exploring other locations for this workshop that might be less costly, that could enable us to maybe meet every year. We're trying to get a sense of how important it is that this meeting has to be in Woods Hole every summer. All right, thank you everybody so much. So as part of the review we just went through, we're going to be doing a lot of strategic planning around the project office and our investment, our staff investment, and our activities investment. The SSC is going to have a meeting right after this, so please let them cut the lunch line. Agency managers and SSC members, we're going to meet down at the picnic tables and just lunch together, and then we'll head over to the Smith conference room for a meeting. But I really want you to keep engaging with us as a community. The future of OCB is being shaped right now, having just had this review. I have 2 renewal proposals to write this summer to NASA and NSF to keep this going. And the input we receive from you will really help shape those proposals and how we move forward. So keep the dialogue going. Finally, May has created a survey for you. So we have 158 people here in person, and we had between 80 and 140 virtual participants every day of this workshop. So that's pretty good engagement, considering we used to get a handful of people on the webcast when we first started doing this. Now we're doing this on Zoom, and we're doing this for nearly every workshop, which is also a lot of work. So we want to hear back from you, both those of you who are online and those of you who are here in person, how effective different aspects of this. You will also see the questions we just polled with you standing up, so we can get some data. You'll see those questions again, so please just answer them as part of the survey. I think that's all I have. I just want to encourage you to keep coming, keep talking to each other, keep transcending disciplines, and I hope to see you next year. Thank you.